3 reasons young men are getting softer out here. Now, I'm going to break them down. You can let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you got something you want to add to it. But here are 3 reasons why young men are getting softer, and then I'm going to tell you whose fault it is. Now, this one is a little sticky. I'm a father. I had a father. He wasn't much of one at all. So my perspective, my opinion might be a little slanted. But here's what I believe. 3 reasons why young men are getting softer out here. Number 1, technology. Technology. Now this is a good and a bad thing. Technology is always good and a bad. What percentage is good, what percentage is bad, but technology is always a good and a bad type thing. But technology has made our young men softer, just like the generation before them. Say if we're talking about Gen Alpha right now, it's what made Gen Z softer. It's what made the millennials softer. It's what made the Gen Xers. What up, y'all out there? Gen X, baby. It's what made them softer. It's what made the baby boomers look softer to the World War II generation. It's generational. Now, that's part of the second thing, but we're going to focus just on the first thing, technology. The technology advances, makes life, makes work a little bit easier, less hard, less tedious, less, there's so many, even right now, whether you think AI is a bubble or some made up shit, or whether you think it can really transform how we work and how we live out here, how we gather information out here. The point being is every technological step, advance, if you want to call it that, but every technological change that comes down the pipeline, it has a good and a bad. The good part of it is that it helps us do work. It helps us live life easier. The bad part is the trade-off is that it makes us softer. I mean, wrap it up. When was the last time you had to go chase your food out here? For many of us, myself included, when was the last time you grew your food out here? And you probably should grow some of your food out here for multiple reasons. So in this video, I'm gonna spot out 3 reasons. I think those are the 3 main hub reasons, but you could probably throw in some more that fall up under that or line up next to it. But you should be growing your own food out here, and maybe you eat less red meat, or maybe you don't eat meat at all, or whatever the diversification in your diet. The point being is technology allows us to do many things that our parents and our grandparents and great-grandparents and such couldn't do. And so that's allowed us to be more productive. It's also made us softer. There's many ways in which my parents' generation, the generation of the boomers that came before us, the Gen Xers, they thought we were soft. And we know as Gen Xers, we got left the fuck alone. We fell down and had bruises and scrapes and had to pick ourselves up. We got lost. We got kidnapped. We got molested. All type of shit happened to the Gen Xers because the boomers, especially when women got the pill and more were able to get in the workforce and higher levels of education, the Gen X babies, latchkey kids. We know it. We don't even. There's other videos about this. Go check out some of my other shit. I can make more videos about the Gen Xers. But the point being is each generation looks at the upcoming generation and thinks that they're softer. And one of the main reasons is technology. Things just come to you so much easier. You don't know what it was like to have to do this. And so the previous generation then looks at that new generation and it's like, you're soft because you didn't have to struggle like I did. Think about that statement for a second. Just off the board generally, you're soft because you didn't have to struggle like I did. Well, if you cared about me, if you cared about the next generation, would you really want them to struggle like you did? No. So maybe you won in a certain way, and then the next generation is benefiting from that. But to the older generation, to the previous generations, they're like, no, you're spoiled, you don't appreciate it, which has some validity. You're spoiled, you don't appreciate it, and thus it's made you softer. You don't. And you could say this fully with people and their screens and their devices. If you didn't have that screen, that device, how would you communicate? How would you get food? How would you get information? How would you get a fucking date? How would you get laid? How would you catch a man? You know what I'm saying? How would you build relationships if you didn't have that device, these devices in your So every generation previously looks at the next generation and thinks that they're softer, and one of the main reasons is technology. The second reason is it's generational. It's generational. And so, like I say, it kind of plays into technology. But every generation, I mean, you could probably go back to the fucking pharaohs. And the parents of the pharaohs were like, these motherfuckers here, you got slaves building your pyramids. We had to fucking uphill both ways. So I'm saying, like, every generation. And there's multiple things that parlay into that. Like I said, I think this is just kind of like a hub reason of why. And so I know, like, I have kids, and so, you know, nieces and nephews and kids and such. And so it's not so much that you think that they're softer. Maybe some people genuinely do think their kids, their nieces and their nephews, and the generations under are soft as fuck. Look at how they dress. Look at how they act. Look at how they respond to adversity. I'm gonna smoke on that one. That's some real shit too. But if trying to get the benefit of the doubt, if trying to see that since every generation has said this, then obviously at some point we get past it. Obviously at some point the fears that we had about the next generation either don't play out, or the triumphs, the good things outweigh the negatives. It's a net positive. Do you think? So I try to say to my kids, like, you're going to hear me and different other people trash your generation. And you are going to trash ours. But on the really real, we used to be you. And our parents and grandparents thought we were the end of the world. Thought we didn't get it straight. Thought we didn't know what the fuck we were talking about. And in many ways, we didn't. But some of us actually did listen. Just a little bit. Some of us actually did pick up some of the notes and some of the things, some of the stories that the old heads, the old timers were saying. And then bit by bit as we got older, we were like, those motherfuckers was right. They was right. Things have changed a little bit, but the core math of it, the denominator, maybe not the lowest common denominator, but the common denominator is right. Those old heads was right. And you see that, you can only see that bit by bit as you get older. So it's generationally. But what happens is the older generation starts to lose their perspective. They started to lose the perspective that they used to be younger and they saw the world a certain way. I mean, think about it. If you just got into the league, how you see the league, how you feel about it when you get on the court, when you get in the arena, when you get on the field, when you get in front of the fans, when you get that first paycheck, when you done fucked a couple of honeys, all of that. Like, it's the first time. Now you done been in the league 15 years if you're fortunate enough. Hell, 7, 8 years. Flip it to business. Flip it to just so many things that, like, your perspective changes once you've been around the block once or twice. But the problem is a lot of times the older people, because they have more perspective, they've been around a little bit longer, they tend to forget that younger perspective and have a certain amount of respect for that younger perspective. So just many people, as they get older, from my perspective, these young folks is weak as fuck. They soft as fuck. They doomed. It's from your perspective. And here's what's interesting, though. I got to throw this in here, though. I'm not a grandfather yet. Young Gen-Xer. So, you know, could be, but I'm not. I'll let you guess how old I am. But if and when I become a grandfather, I wonder, I see a lot of grandfathers, a lot of grandparents, their perspective change, especially men. I see a lot of grandfathers' perspectives change, where they were maybe harsh on their boys, their perspective was that that generation was soft, and then when the grandkids come, you want to give them every benefit of the doubt. Sugar, candy, treat them, kiss their ass, whatever you want. You just want to get that love. Again, a lot of dynamics that goes into it. But I wonder, will I have that perspective where, like, with my son, in his generation, am I like, yeah, see, boy, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be on your shit. And then when he have kids, be like, oh, let him do anything. Just let him live and play and learn. Perspective. The third and final thing is definitely the trickiest more controversial. People have a difference of opinion on this, and I'm gonna smoke on this before I say it. This one is not necessarily technological, and this one is not necessarily generational. This one is something societal. And I'll just put it out there in a hub type of way. You can describe it, classify it, whatever way you want to do it. It's men not being in the household as much. Now, situation to situation, not every relationship works out. I understand that. So not every father is going to remain in the same house as the kids that he helps bring into this world. But whether it's a physical household or emotional household, a mental household, when men are in the household, for the most part, because there's some fucked up men out here and some fucked up dads, but for the most part, when they're in the household, you can see some glimpses of the good in them. You will see some glimpses of the bad in them. You might get some stories of what helped them through their adversity. You might get some stories of what shut them down. You might get some stories of their regrets. You might get some stories of their peaks and their highs. You get a glimpse to see how they love their woman, your mother, that kid's mother, or any woman for the most part. But you get a chance to see potentially real male love from a real man, from real men. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put together real situations, not trying to get laid. There's this funny line from the comedy classic "I'm Gonna Get You Sucking" from the late 1980s. You know, Keenan Ivory Wayans and all of them. And there's a line in there where my man is saying to Keenan Ivory Wayans, they're at a bar, and there's a lady that's looking at him. And the old head says to the young head, he says, "Look, when I was getting with your mom, that was love. That was here. You see that down at the end of the bar? That's for this right here. That's for smashing. You got to know the difference." And so what I'm saying is you're only going to hear that from a real man. A woman's not really going to tell you that. Your mom's not going to really tell you that. Like, "Look, baby, that's some dick that I got that was just straight because I was juiced up. But this dick right here," I'm not talking about your daddy, "this dick right here, this was dick from a real..." Your mom not going to tell you that. Uncle, maybe. If your uncle's, you know, the point being is it's men being around. Your father, because supposedly you would have a closer attachment to your father. But if it's uncles, if it's older cousins, it's men who are older than your peers. You can't really be educated and gain a further perspective if you're just around your peers or people who are younger. They provide you with different energy. They give you different inputs, pros and cons. But to get a broader perspective, put it like this. How can you know what's on the next block when you only fuck with people who have been on this block? You fuck with someone who has a little bit of experience, a little bit of time more than you, but really a little bit more experience. They've been on that next block. You might want to get a little bit of information from them if you want to go to the next block. If you want to go beyond the next block, you might want to holler at that person. So it's men and older men being around. I've had many discussions with women where we talk about male toxicity. I have so much problem saying the word, with toxic male shit. And it's not it's not for women to solve toxic male shit. It's not. It's for real men who care about these young boys. It's for real men who care about these young boys and girls to keep it real, but still be there, be around to keep it real. And when they get it twisted, you have to edit it and oh, hold on, you misunderstood what I was saying. Let me tell you. Let me share with you some of my experiences. I share so many experiences with you all. I share so many experiences with like my kids and different other younger people. Because from that, put it like this, if I come to you telling you this is what you should do, most of the time, not just young people, most of the time if I come to you like this telling you what you should do, I done lost half of the audience. I done lost 3/4 of the audience. And you're not going to remember most of what I said. But if I share an experience with you, you're going to pick from it what you want to pick from it. You're going to take from it what applies. There might be some shit in the story that does not apply right now, and later down the road, or for someone else, you're like, I heard this one story. Let me pick from that. Here you go. Come on now. That comes from, being able to stand on the shoulders of the people that came before you. And so we wonder why our boys are soft or why they struggle to get over the hump. You didn't give them the fucking shoulders to stand on. That's why. That's fucking why. You want to look at them and judge them and say how soft they are. Where the fuck were you to give them the tools, to give them the shoulders, to give them the heart to try to fucking go higher? Every generation is supposed to get better. So if you're looking at the next generation and saying they're fucking doomed, where did you play your part? And I'm mostly speaking to the men out there. Okay, they baby mama and this and that was tripping and this and that, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck that. When you wanted to go smoke, you found a way to go smoke. When you wanted to get something to drink, you found a way to get something to drink. When you wanted to fuck, you found a way to fuck. When it was time to raise these kids, raise these young boys in particular, and show them what a real man is and real man love, real man strength, real man perseverance, where the fuck were you? But they're soft? Bitch, you soft. You're soft ass. Get the fuck out of here. So that's kind of where I come around to it. Like, there's technology, sure. There's just a generational perspective, sure. But also in many, many ways, like I say, and we could break it down in another video on why this is the case. Is it the government? Is it drugs? Is it conspiratorial? Is it whatever? But the point is another significant reason why a lot of our young men out here are, I won't say lost, because you can be lost to be found. I'm a fucking optimist, forever optimist. You can be lost and be found. But you need some fucking clues, something to draw back on, something. You need something, even if it's just a never give up spirit. Where did you get that from? Where did you see it? Who taught it to you? Who showed it to you? Be that for these motherfuckers out here. Be that for them. Don't just scrutinize them. Don't just damn them. Be that for them. And like I say, and I think one of the best ways is just to provide a story. Don't make it too long. Like sometimes I make it too long. Sorry, y'all. But I'm just saying, drop that story. And they'll pick from it what fucking fits. It's like clothing. Oh, I ain't about to wear this old nigga clothes. Man, this nigga's a Gen-Xer, man. I'm out here, this 20 plus, this 20, 30. I'm about to wear these things. And what happens? What do young people do? What did my generation do? What did your generation do? We fucking sample. We go retro. We find some shit from the past where you're like, that shit was tight. That shit applies. That shit fits. And then we use it for ourselves. Give them something to fucking use. Tell them your stories. Tell them your triumphs. Tell them your failures. Tell them how you still out here. Tell them something. But you got to be there to tell them. So that's just my perspective. 3 reasons. There's more. It's multi-layered. You know how it is, but only got so much time. I was trying to do this before it started raining. It is what it is, man. It's your boy. I'll at you.